thank you again for, giving us your Thursday evening. I know you're probably just getting off of work.
Yeah, just closed up pretty much. Just trying to get out of here and get home.
Oh, you still in the office?
Yeah, I'm still in the office.
Well, you know what? We ain't gonna take up too much of your time, but we still gonna get to know you, okay?
No
So
doubt.
now let's get started. Introduce yourself. Let everybody know who you are.
My name is Ace Pippens. I am the owner and the head coach of the Steel City Queens, who, as she said, we compete and play in the WABA.
Okay. How did it come about that you became a woman's basketball coach? How did that come
Uh,
about in your life?
Actually, it's not something that I wanted to do or I anticipated doing. I became the women's basketball coach because they say if you want something done, you got to do it. Want it done right, you got to do it yourself. So,
Okay.
basically, after seeking out a few women coaches to head and lead this team, it turned out that I ended up being the coach. So that's how I became the coach. I became the owner because I own a men's team and
Okay.
here in Pittsburgh. And so 3 years ago, while the league was, coming about, they reached out to me to see if I was interested in, starting a women's team here as well. And
Wow.
mm-hmm.
Shout out to Marsha again, huh?
It was working.
Oh yeah. So, coaching that team, having two teams right there in Pittsburgh, do you feel any type of obligation to be like, okay, I have to build a championship team? Because the Steelers is carrying Pittsburgh on their back. So with you being like adding two more teams just so to represent your state and around in that city, do you ever feel like that type of obligation?
Um, that's what the city is all about. We're the city of champions.
Oh
So
yeah.
we get in every sport. Our women's team, this is our third season. We haven't got there yet. We're close to the playoffs. Our men, we've won a regional championship and we've been to the final or the Elite Eight twice. So, and
Okay.
that's the past couple seasons. Hadn't Corona, you know, taken over, we might have won that championship this year. So we're there.
Well, you know what? Even though Corona came about, it's like a blessing and a curse. You know what I'm saying? Because like you kind of sitting still and you get to revamp some things and you know refresh. So hey, I'm pretty sure both of your teams they're gonna come out running. You know what I'm saying? They're
They
gonna
got
be.
excited. The women's game's a little different, especially here in Pittsburgh, because it's not no pro basketball here. So they come and they go, they play. When they move on, they love to have it here. So it's more about the opportunity of having a semi pro basketball team here.
Mm.
Um, but it's working out.
Oh yeah. So I love the fact that you keeping that word still within your team name,
Mm-hmm.
but still, what made you come up with that name for the Steel City Queen?
We're Steel City. Is everything. I won't say everything, but we're blue collar here. We're hard nosed. We're hard working. Our boys, our men being Steel City Yellow Jackets. I thought it was only right to make the ladies the Steel City Queens, which that's what they are. They're our queens.
Oh yeah. You better say it, Coach. You better say it. Do you have a full roster?
For the ladies, not right now.
Mm-hmm.
What I do year in and year out is provide an opportunity. So we normally bring back a nucleus,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and then we rebuild and give some opportunities for some new people coming in who just graduated or might have want to transfer teams or moved into the area or whatnot. So keep about 12 on the roster, a couple alternates on the side. Somebody always getting hurt. So
Yeah, that's That's what sucks about sports. Those injuries, they get the best of them.
Yeah.
You have about 9 months between now and August. How are you occupying this time?
We have our own facility here,
Mm-hmm.
so we've been running some open gyms for the ladies, having them come out once or twice a week. They come out, so there's different talent, and some of the young ladies that's in college that's getting ready to graduate and whatnot, they're still home. They're not, on college campuses or whatnot. Some of the other ladies who haven't played in a while, now they want to get back into it. So, finding different talent, seeing different talent, and just getting more exposure, keeping the girls conditioned and shape.
Cool. Speaking of exposure, like, do you have any type of marketing campaign like between now up until you do like team tryouts to, just get the word out there about Steel City Queen? Even
Well,
though,
norm-
again, this.
normally this
Oh,
would
go
be
ahead.
our men's season. So
Oh, okay.
what I try to do pretty much is intertwine the two. Our ladies work and we do community service, community events. We go into the schools and whatnot. So we just, keep it going all season long. We just tie the women into, what the men are doing. They're always supporting the men. They're always here. They're always around. So it's really like a two-team effort with everything, social media and everything. Where you find the yellow jackets, you find the queens.
I like that. Teamwork make the dream work. That's
Man,
what's up. So how did you feel when you found out that this season was gonna be canceled?
I was probably the most disappointed out of all owners. Um, Still disappointed, but understanding and safety. Safety first.
Oh
But
yeah.
as the WNBA and the NBA, they played their seasons. Major League Baseball played their seasons. So yeah, I was kind of disappointed, but I understood. Um, it was safety. It was safety first. So got to go with what it is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Of course. And then it's like when these cities worldwide trying to open up, it's like, hey, you gotta go. It's another stay at home order,
Right.
you know. So might as well let this year ride on out.
That was
Um,
it.
right. I heard you say community earlier. Is there any certain type of projects that you're working on with the Steel City Queens within the community? Because right now it's trying times. So people need reliable resources. People need food. People need jobs. People need clothes. So, are there any special projects that you all are involved with?
Everything we do here is a special project. I own a community center, and
Mm,
so um, that's where our facility and everything is. So we do have some things coming up for Thanksgiving, as far as
wow,
giving back
coach.
and coaching, and teaching and feeding and whatnot. So this is like all year long. I just ended work. It's a learning hub from 8 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock in the evening. So that's all day, every day. That's all we do around here is give to the community. So
Wow.
and our hands in something community related all year round.
Congratulations on. If you don't mind, can you tell us what your community center's the name of it is?
A Giving Heart Community Center. We're located at 816 Climax Street here in Pittsburgh, PA. Zip codes 15210. Y'all want to send us a donation, a contribution, any of that? We pass out turkeys. We give out turkeys. We feed families. We do clothing drives. We do it all. We're a community center. We're here to help and service the community.
Wow. Is there a website or phone number to call?
I'm sorry, yeah, www.agivingheart.org. Our phone number is 412-904-4888.
All right, there you all have it. Another community center to give to. It don't matter where you are in the world. Support this man. He really a pillar in this community. So why not support him? So that's what's up. I salute you on that.
That's why
So
we have the teams here. It's all a service to give back. So we're giving back to the men and the women, basically, who want to continue chasing those dreams for the NBA and the WNBA and the play overseas.
Oh yeah. Wow. And you know, that's one way to bring some attention to you guys, you know, especially being out in the community and, you know, being part of a league that's growing rapidly every day. You know, now they're up to 28 teams within
Yeah.
not even a week. So
Yes, ma'am.
you headed in the right direction.
Absolutely.
So speaking of this pandemic, how have you been holding up?
I'm
How are
fine.
you?
I'm fine. I'm good. Did my homework, do my homework. I stay on top of, everything. So like me and mines over here, we're good. I've probably had like 3 or 4 leagues in this facility since they stopped everything. Not one case, thousands of people in and out of here. So we're taken care of. We're doing good and sanitizing, giving temps and what. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just anticipating these seasons. That's all. Ready to get back to work.
Aren't we all? Because you know, sports play a major part in you know bridging the gap in communities, making people happy, giving people hope.
Right.
So yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'm really anticipating the WABA season since you know, they had to take it off,
Right.
which was fine, which was understandable, but still, you know, this gave a lot of time for all 28 teams to cook up something. So
Right.
I already know it's gonna be intense.
Definitely go down.
Oh yeah. So have you been mentally affected by the recent unjust of the world, you know, especially towards people of color?
Um, Mentally affected. I wouldn't say
Because
I'm
you're a black man.
right.
So
Say that I'm mentally affected. However, it affects my mentals. Like I fear for all of us. Like my son,
mhm,
my nephews, my cousins, my brothers, like all of us. Like it could go down at any time in any given situation, anything. So like mentally, yeah, a little distraught, but I'm as strong as a person that I am. I give it all to God. So I don't
yeah,
really worry, too much as far as, life and death goes, but to be actually, worried or in thought about other black men. It doesn't matter the age group or any of that. Like we're all you be
yeah.
on the street in a neighborhood just jogging just to get exercise, and your life can be taken away
Tell me
by
about it.
a misunderstanding or somebody just not managing business, and then nothing happens, on top of that. So like it's bad and it's very, it's very sad. But we gotta stay strong. We gotta stand strong. We gotta stay 10 toes down and keep moving forward. That's
Oh,
that's it's been here. It's been going on. We just got
yeah,
so so now we can all like see it all day, every day, in every city, every state. What's going on, but it's not nothing new. What's new about it is that the exposure of it, like, and you
yeah,
can see how much and how bad it really is. So just stay prayed up and 10 toes down.
that's right. That's right. You hey, I totally agree. I couldn't have said it better. Do you feel a change coming
I
at
pray.
all?
I pray. I mean, we we got a new president, so I hope so. I hope a change
Right.
is coming. Started with a change there, but I think it's all just us, and there needs to be a lot of communication. They say the truth hurts, and
Mm-hmm.
you can only deal with it heads on. You can only deal with the truth by growing and accepting it, and
Mm-hmm.
then persevere and move through it, move past it. Like if there's no conversation, if there's no talk, if there's no communication about none of it, because we don't. There's always two sides to to a story. There's
Yeah.
somebody's perspective and somebody else's perspective, and we got to find a happy medium in between where there's an understanding. Without no understanding, then you get what we have, which is a bunch of chaos, because they think one thing and we think one thing. Like we believe one way and they believe one way, and what might be right to us ain't right to them. What's right to them might not be right to us. But to have the conversation, it's like I've been explaining to a lot of people about Biden. He's from Pennsylvania. He's from one of those areas in Pennsylvania where for black people but he's been with the man. Like he did 8 years. So do you not think that in 8 years he hasn't learned something? He hasn't grown. He hasn't been taught something that he didn't, know and didn't understand one way that he thought, and he looked at something versus, how somebody else. And now once you have that understanding and that conversation, you can put things out there on the table. You can get a better knowledge of, people's thoughts and the way, people look at different stuff. So I think we just not necessarily need to sit at the table, but we need to have some conversations, like hard, serious, conversations.
Yes, I mean, even though there is, we got Trump out of office, there is still some work to be done.
And it's going to, even after these 4 years, there's still going to be, work that needs to be done. But it's going to start with conversation and be able to sit down, at the table. Like some people don't understand why people move the way that they move. People were born into certain situations. People were, put into certain situations from the time they were, toddlers. So that's all they know. They don't know nothing about nothing else. Nobody ever taught them. Nobody ever showed them, So like if you know that, then maybe you could try to figure out how to help them out of that situation. So there's not, a lot of the turmoil and the chaos that's actually here. And like I said, understanding, just communication and understanding.
Yes, that is definitely true. But another thing that needs to happen is listen. Like, it's always this ever listening.
Right.
If people just sit down and just listen to one another as they communicate, then that's
very key. Very key. Not just hear me. Yes, ma'am.
Oh yeah. Because man, it's like with everybody talking at one time, it's hard to hear. It's hard to understand. So it's almost like you're gonna remain in the same spot until somebody be quiet.
Right.
So thank you for speaking on that point, because that was very true. And speaking of change, you see how when the WNBA was in season, the NBA, still the NFL, even NASCAR, which was shocking to me, Major League Baseball, you see how they all, it's like a finally moment. You see how they all just stood in unity,
right?
To take a stand and really make the world see. And I truly believe that I respect all of them for using that platform, because they know millions of people worldwide was watching.
That's what it's about.
So did you get to see it? If so, like, what was your take on it?
Yeah, I seen it across the board. I was very pleased by the NBA, especially at the stance that they took. It happened again. They walked off the court. They weren't going to play. They didn't play for a couple of days.
Oh yeah.
Use your platform. Like you have to use your platform, and that's what they've done. And that's a good thing. Even like you said, NASCAR. You would never expect and never think that NASCAR and just a couple African American car drivers, and they stood behind them. Like, and
yeah, that really shocked me. I was just like, wow.
The United States of America, the first word is unite. Like, that's what we have to do. We have to unite. If we can't unite, then you get what we have, and that's not what it's about. That's not what we're here for. We're not going nowhere. So, like,
exactly. So
get together.
Might as well, put the differences to the side, and like you said, just get together, and it'll make the world a better place. Because right now, this turmoil is something. It's like, whoa. And then, like, we living in the days of technology, so everything is just social media. I don't even like to watch the news anymore because it's just like it's mentally draining. It is. It's really mentally draining. But to get back on a positive note, speaking of change, you know, you are an owner and a coach within a growing league that supports women. They go by a slogan, 3 words. It's our time. When you hear those 3 words, what comes to your mind?
It's our time. It's our time to shine. It's our time to take over. It's our time to progress. It's our time to let the whole world that know that we are here and we is not going nowhere and we gonna make it happen. Y'all better get on page, get in line, because the WABA is here to shine and we ain't going nowhere.
There you have it. This is from Coach Ace Pippens. I know each year you, like you said, is basically you try out for a new team. So when are you hosting tryouts for the Steel City Queens?
Normally we start in the end of April and really begin in the May. Then we get in the camp in the June and July so that we're ready to go in August. So depending upon what happens, we have a ABA men's meeting this Saturday morning to discuss, I guess, what's going on in January and what's going to happen there. So hopefully, everything is headed in the right direction. So then, we'll proceed as scheduled. If not, it'll be a lot more of promoting and basketball and advertising and putting the men and the women out here to hopefully and prayerfully get ready for next spring and, get ready for that WABA season next summer.
Great. Will you all be putting up flyers and everything for when the time get closer? Okay.
Yeah, there's flyers that go up. Those go up everywhere. Yeah, we definitely put the flyers up first and foremost.
Okay. So what can we expect from the Steel City Queens coming into the 2021 season?
Oh, we're coming for that championship. We got to get
Uh-oh.
to take care of them DC expressions. Yeah, we got some work for DC.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Is DC the only team? They the only team you call it out?
DC then held it down. They kicked our butts the past couple of years.
Oh yeah, they was last year's champs.
They set the mark, yeah, and that's good though. That gives everybody, something to push for and chase, and it keeps, it competitive in the league.
Oh
So,
yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
yeah,
Of course.
we
If
coming.
there's no competition, what's the use of getting on the court? Like, it's friend. Hey, when it's all on the court, it's about business. But after the game, we can shake hands, we can hug, and
Right,
you know,
right.
take it to the house. Is there any room for sponsorships or small business to potentially partner with you?
Always,
Okay.
always. It's me by myself, so that's never about anything. We're always looking for sponsorship. Always looking for sponsorship. Like I said, all we do is give back. So sponsorship is always at the top of our list to help us do exactly that, give back. Anybody that want to reach out, want to become a part of the Steel City Queens, we're right here.
Okay. And how can they get in touch with you?
www.steelcityqueens.com. Phone numbers 412-251-5780. Email address steelcityqueens@gmail.com.
All right, there you have it. And last but not least, how can more supporters and followers follow your journey? What's your social media handle?
Facebook. We are the Steel City Queens, and we are all over Facebook. If you have Facebook, you can under the Steel City Queens. We also have an Instagram page, the Steel City Queens, as well.
Okay. At Steel City Queens. And you know what, Mr. Pippens, thank you so much for your time. Again, I don't want to hold you long because I know you're just now getting off of work. But now that we come to the end of our interview, I always ask my guests to close us out with a positive word. So can you go ahead and close us out right quick?
Absolutely. Uh, Stay positive. And everything that you do, stay positive. Leave all negative energy away from you and everything that you do and you love, and you will find peace in your journey of life.
Yes,
I,
amen.
and thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. And just know that this is not your first, I mean, this is your first, but not your last interview on this platform because, again, we got 9 months until the season start. And once the season begins, it's time to hit the ground running. So definitely we would love to see the Steel City Queens and where you all are going to be from, 9 months from now. So most definitely. Well, Mr. Pippins, you have a blessed evening and you make it home safe.
Thank you.
And thank you again for your time. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you bring into the league.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me. Have a
All
good
right.
day.
You
Thank you.
too.
All right.
Bye bye. All right, you all. There you have it. There was Mr. Ace Pippins. He is the owner and the coach of the Steel City Queens. I am Helen Bohanna, your host with She Knows Her Sports, in connection with the WABA IG Live Conversation weekly series. And again, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the WABA, they are a professional basketball team for women basketball players who are looking to live out their dream of becoming professional with playing in the WNBA or either overseas, post college. For more information on them, please visit www.womensaba.com. Follow them here on Instagram at Women's ABA. Follow me here on Instagram at She Knows Her Sports. And also, I would love to announce within the WABA, the League of Opportunity, for those of you who are looking to own a professional team. They have league expansion open until August the 30th, 2021. So I really suggest you get on it and hop on this opportunity now and expand the team. Right now they're at team number 28. So again, they're growing rapidly. So I suggest you get with it or get lost. But other than that, thank you for tuning in. Please, please, please stay tuned and watch my stories for next week's guest. Again, this is Helen Bohanna with She Knows Her Sports. And have a blessed day.